Alrighty boys, welcome back once again to another video. How you guys doing? Guys, today we're going to be going over the This Week at Bungie blog post from Bungie themselves. Well, it's kind of in the name, for July the 16th of 2020. For those of you guys that are newer players and don't exactly know what this is, This Week at Bungie is a weekly blog post that comes out every Thursday where Bungie updates the players on Destiny 2's current state or some stuff that is upcoming in the future. In this specific blog post, they go over the new release date for the Beyond Light expansion as Season of Arrivals has been extended. They throw out a new Season of Arrivals roadmap to make up for that extension and basically show us what we can do leading up until Beyond Light. And they also make a bunch of huge, much needed changes to the Grandmaster Nightfalls, actually making them worth running. For those of you guys that don't know, Grandmaster Nightfalls are essentially the PP Punch difficulty of the Nightfall game mode. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it and go over all the news that Bungie has to share, and they start off with this. This week at Bungie, we are extending Season of Arrivals. The launch date of our new expansion, Destiny 2 Beyond Light, has been moved to November 10th of 2020. If you missed the full announcement, you can check it out here, and we'll wait until you've given it a read. Basically what they say is that with everything going on in the pandemic and them not being able to work from the office, it's had a lot of hardships whenever it comes to developing this new expansion for Destiny, and they are going to have to delay it from September to November. Now, what exactly do I think about this? I honestly think that this is a really good thing for the game. They've talked about Destiny 2 Beyond Light being a new era for Destiny, obviously being a very huge expansion to bring about a whole new era for the game, so it's very good that Bungie is recognizing that they need extra time to have this thing pushed out. Because if you look at Destiny's history, and I definitely have a rocky relationship with Destiny's history, you look at Destiny 1, that game launched completely half-baked. There was a lot of cut content, there was a lot of stuff that just wasn't there at launch, and it was really just an incomplete game. You look at Destiny 2, and this one was yet again an incomplete game on launch with no end game, very messed up weapon balancing, a kind of decent story, but that doesn't make up for the lack of content leading up until Forsaken. So the fact that they are taking their extra time with this is really great. For those of you guys that don't know, whenever Beyond Light does come out, they're going to be putting a lot of current content in the game into the Destiny content vault, which is essentially removing it from the game to make room for a bunch of other new content. So for newer players, this is actually going to be a really good thing for you guys, because you guys will be able to explore all of the current content in the game without having to worry about rushing through it to get ready for the Beyond Light expansion, which I think is a really good thing. So props to Bungie for this. We're just going to have to wait and see if it was worth the delay, but if Bungie actually does pull this off and make it worth it, then I have no complaints. So we'll just have to wait and see until November. They go on to say, while we're sad to keep the secrets of Europa under wraps for an extra few weeks, our dev team is putting in work to deliver an adventure that is worthy of your bravery. Doing that work from our homes finds us very far away from our usual ideal of working together at a studio, currently still quarantined, so we're taking the time we need to do it right in the most challenging conditions. While the extra time between September and November, we have some plans to make the most of the sudden longer season, and they show a picture of the new roadmap for Season of Arrivals. Of course, you have stuff like the Contact event, the Prophecy Dungeon, Mission Interference, and Moments of Triumph, and then you have stuff like Solstice of Heroes and Festival of the Lost, which is of course the Halloween event. They go on to say that Moments of Triumph will be extended to November 10th, 2020, cutting it close on some of these tougher triumphs. Here's a little extra time to finish them off, and you guys can actually see the Moments of Triumph in game by going to your seals, and you can see all the rewards and stuff that you can get from doing these. They go on to say the show must go on, so Festival of the Lost will now take place during Season of Arrivals, and it will begin on October 6th, which like I said is the Halloween event. They say that we're planning a handful of ritual activity modifiers to look forward to, stuff like Increased Valor, Infamy, and Redacted. A few additional Iron Banner events between September and November, and more. ... We know that no amount of extra Infamy or Valor will keep your hunger satisfied, but we do have a few more surprises to share on the road to launch, so stay tuned. So Bungie has a lot of stuff planned for us. Even though they're not talking about it right now, they do have some things up their sleeve leading up until Beyond Light's launch. Now they go on to talk about Grandmaster Nightfalls, which is a fantastic thing for a lot of in-game players, because this is some really good news. Grandmaster Nightfalls came out sometime last season, and they just weren't worth running. You could run Grandmaster Nightfalls to get the Conqueror title, but aside from that, that they really had no real purpose, and Bungie is going to be reworking these, starting with what they're saying right here. Contrary to what Zavala believes, many among you have become conquerors last season with the introduction of the Grandmaster difficulty to Nightfalls. Even though we tuned the challenge up to 11, you were able to smash through the ranks of enemy combatants and earn your prize. While the season will follow the same flow, completing all available Nightfalls on Grandmaster difficulty to earn the Conqueror title, we made some adjustments to activity rewards to make them feel more fruitful. So what they said is that they're going to increase the Masterwork material drops. Grandmaster completions at Platinum, Gold, and Silver will have higher chances of dropping exotic loot. Grandmaster completions at Platinum will guarantee 1 Ascendant shard with a chance of a second one and more enhancement prisms. Grandmaster completions at Gold level will guarantee 2 enhancement prisms, and Grandmaster completion at Silver will have a small chance at 2 of them. So if you're on the hunt for some perfectly rolled exotic armor pieces, or you're trying to fully masterwork some armor pieces, it's time for you to put your skills to the test and slay the darkness and claim your loot. The Grandmaster difficulty will be available for Nightfalls on Tuesday, July the 21st, and I highly suggest you guys get in on this if you're some late game players. This sounds like a really good change whenever it comes to Grandmaster Nightfalls and actually making them worth your time. Lastly, they end up talking about the Contender Shell. You can get the shell from actually doing the Moments of Triumph, and one of the perks on the shell is bugged, so they've temporarily pretty much disabled the use of this Ghost Shell. You can actually equip it, but the Ghost Shell perks aren't really going to do anything for you, and that's what this big wall of text is basically talking about. The last thing they have to say is, as previously announced, the new release for Beyond Light is November the 10th, and with this change, the end dates for Season of Arrival and Moments of Triumph have been moved to November 10th. The implementation of related systems, such as moving certain activities to the content vault and the effective max power level, have also been pushed back. So overall, I think that this week at Bungie is really good. I know that it's really sad to see the extension of a certain season and having Beyond Light, be even farther away than it already is, which it's only like 2 months, but still, it's content that a lot of us are waiting on. But I'm really happy that Bungie is doing this and not trying to force a deadline just to have this whole new era end up flopping right out of release. So I think that's really good. It's obviously really good for newer players, and the fact that this is happening in Season of Arrivals, where a lot of us are getting ready for sunsetting, is very much better than if we were doing it in the previous season, Season 10, and we're not going to talk about that one. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this week at Bungie. That's pretty much it for my thoughts and everything going on in the Destiny universe. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. This has been my first This Week at Bungie in a very long time, and it feels good to be back. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.